Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. Before we get into the meat and potatoes, you know I gotta let you know. Slide over to Big Print Champs, get all your merchandise needs and things of that nature. You know how we carry it at Big Print Champs. Excuse me. Yeah, man, we got some things to discuss, man. You know, this is probably the longest I ever went without making a video. And you know, it's not due to no personal reasons and nothing like that. I'm gonna get back to my regularly scheduled program, you know, banging out at least one a day or whatever the case may be. But it's been almost 3 days because I've been disgusted. I have been disgusted with this team. I've been disgusted with the way that they've been operating during the off season, and I just don't like it, man. Just going from Hassan Reddick, you know what I mean, to how we were led to believe that, you know, he wanted a trade when he never requested a trade. You know, just how fast we picked the coaching staff, and just like the disrespect I feel like that's being given, you know, in some regards to, you know, some of the coaches that we have here that actually did a good job. We're gonna start by this picture right here. This was the cherry on top for me. This was the cherry on top. Eagles coach Nick Sirianni brought his new coordinators Vic Fangio and Kellen Moore, along with quarterbacks coach Doug Nussmeier, to Geno Steaks for cheesesteaks. So Nick took the gang out. He took the gang out to Geno's for cheesesteaks. But you know, I just feel like a coach is missing here. You know, first of all, taking people to Geno's is Geno's ain't like that. You know what I mean? If you know, you know. You know what I mean? Geno's ain't like that. If you from the city, you know you ain't taking nobody to Geno's when you talking about referring a steak. No disrespect, but it's always been Delisandro's, Max's, the Poppy Store, things of that nature. I'm really from the cloth. You know what I mean? So, you know, listen to me when I tell you. A Geno's cheesesteak, anytime somebody putting cheese whiz on a cheesesteak, that ain't what we do out here, man. That ain't what we do out there, man. So, yeah, I didn't like that. And then, you know, with this news coming out, the Eagles have signed special teams coordinator Michael Clay to a contract extension. Special teams ranking in 2023 and DVOA first, punt return yards first. They probably had the best play of the season. I think, was it against the Bills? It was like a fake punt. And the punter threw the ball. I can't remember what team it was again, but it was a really good, flashy play. We really don't expect that from the Philadelphia Eagles sometimes. You know, the special teams unit been on it all year. I thought Michael Clay was going to be gone after what happened in the Super Bowl, but I'm glad we retained him. You know, Kadarius Toney bringing that kickback kind of really sealed our fate. But, you know, I'm glad, you know, we were able to retain him, and he definitely bounced back. With that being said, him not being at Geno's in that picture is a problem for me. He was the best coach on the staff last year. These new guys that we brought in, you know what I mean, kind of rushed into these roles. They at Geno's having a good time, laughing and all of that. We ain't laughing as fans of Philadelphia and as content creators of this team. We're not laughing. We're not in a laughing mood. You know what I mean? We finished the season trash last year. You know what I mean? It ain't time to go eat no cheesesteaks. And if you're going to do that, why wouldn't you have the best coach on your staff there? You know what I mean? I just don't get it. You mean to tell me that Michael Clay ain't sure that he could have one of those jobs that you hired, one of these happy-go-lucky cheesesteak eating Geno's going guys? You know what I'm saying? You mean to tell me like in what capacity can Michael Clay get in it, get some type of promotion? You know what I mean, from special teams coordinator. And I know it's 3 phases of the game: offense, defense, special teams. We know that, but you know what I mean. Like I just feel like Nick Sirianni shouldn't have taken that photo without Michael Clay in it. That's just my personal thoughts on that one. You know what I mean? And I question if this is the coaching staff that's going to bring us to where we should be talent-wise on this team. Record-wise, talent-wise, achievement-wise, is that in the building for the Philadelphia Eagles? Is that looking at us right in the face right now? You know what I mean? Them some tough, difficult questions that we got to ask, because you know, I almost feel like the policy for hiring coaches and hiring staff shouldn't happen until after the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Because now that Wilks, you know, is out of a job, that's a guy that I would have liked to have over Fangio. You know what I'm saying? If you keep it at a buck, I would have liked to have Wilks over Fangio. You know, but we shot ourselves in the foot short of that opportunity simply because, You know what I'm saying? That we didn't want to wait. We just wanted to get the guys that we thought were the guys for us from the jump. We've been chasing around Fangio's jockstrap for 2-3 years now. You know what I'm saying? Chasing around his jockstrap for 2-3 years now. Now, like, I'm not gonna sit here and say it's the worst hiring ever for the position. You know what I mean? He might have the potential to get us right, but we didn't even wait to see what candidates were going to be available. You know what I mean? As defensive coordinator, that's a big position that need to be filled for the Philadelphia Eagles. You know what I'm saying? A really, really big void that need to be filled for the Philadelphia Eagles. So I don't know what Fangio's mindset is going into the draft, but this is our first mock draft over here. And we're going to talk about it for a minute. So let's pull it up and we're going to talk about why I decided to go, where I went, and the players that I decided to go with. The first round of the draft, I went with Ennis Rakestraw Jr. I just think dude is a dog, man. I look at his tape. He's everywhere, man. He could tackle. The way he plays the ball. I don't know if he got the best hands for a cornerback. Sometimes to me, he looks a little undersized, but this guy got a lot of dog in him. The IQ of this cornerback is why he should go in the first round alone. You know what I mean? I really, really like this pick for the Philadelphia Eagles at 22. I don't think it's a reach. PFF got him as the number 27 player in the draft. I think this is a perfect spot, but are the Philadelphia Eagles going to go corner? You never know. Second round, I went with Chop Robinson. You know what I mean? Hometown guy. I like what I'm getting. I like the Penn State to Philadelphia thing. Got a burst that's really, really underrated. You don't see it until you turn on the film. But when you put on the film, the way he fights with his hands and uses his feet, that high motor, that burst off of the edge, you can see why, this guy should be in the first and then the second round, high second round pick as well, especially if you're going to get rid of Hassan Reddick. You know what I mean? He coming right down the road from Penn State. I really, really like his twitchiness. I like his power, underrated speed, just underrated, in my opinion, as far as physical traits go. You need a linebacker, so I went with Jeremiah Trotter Jr. I think it'll be a fan favorite pick. And I'm not picking nobody just because I think that, the crowd will like it. Jeremiah Trotter Jr. got game. You know what I mean? Tackles really, really well. The name is going to bring some hype. He plays the ball really, really well. He's not like elite in coverage. You know what I mean? Not many linebackers are, but he's a great blitzer, a great run stopping linebacker. And, I just like a lot of his game. You know what I mean? I think he's probably like a top 3 linebacker in his class to me. I like Malachi Corey, wide receiver, Western Kentucky. I like that value of a pick right there. Steel Chambers, I don't know why they gave me a C for that. Ohio State, you need linebackers. You know what I mean? Tight end was a big thing for me in this one. So I went with the tight end from Colorado State, Dalian Hooker. I'm sorry. When Dallas Goedert goes out of the game, you're just dead in the water at tight end if you're the Philadelphia Eagles. I went with safety, James Williams, Miami. Took another Miami player again, Javion Cohen. They gave me a D for that, man. I went guard because if Kelsey retires, you know what I mean, you're going to be moving Cam Jurgens back, you know what I mean, to the center position. I think you're going to need a guard there. So I think that's an underrated pick, if you ask me. And just for shits and giggles, I want defensive interior, Alabama, Tim Smith. You can never have too many of those guys. You never know what Fletcher Cox's status is going to be, moving forward after this year. We're going to keep him or not. I think Fletch got a lot left in the tank. But if you get rid of Fletch, I'm not mad because I also do think that we're deeper than advertised right there. I think Milton Williams is ready to step up and get some of them snaps as well. But only time will tell, you know what I mean, if he can handle a bigger role or not. But all the signs are pointing to he should have a bigger role because what he's doing in the small sample sizes that he's shown. It's time to start talking draft prospects. We're about 2 weeks away from the combine, if my calculations are correct. And, it's a lot that got to be done there. So, let me know what y'all think about my draft in the comments. You will see this video Sunday morning, man. Make sure y'all tap in. Get your Aurora free trial. You know what I mean? Protect yourself and always stay safe. Go Birds. More content coming this week.